Good afternoon everybody, Michael from the Silver Fox channel here. This is part 3 of my 360 interactive videos, so you can work the camera, you can point it round wherever you like. If you're on the TV, you can use your remote control, use the arrow keys. If you're using a phone or a tablet, you can just use your fingers to move it around on the screen. And if you're on a computer, a laptop or something like that, you can use the mouse to move things around on the mouse pad. So we're starting off, we're on Hartlepool Marina today. Of course, a million cars have decided to go past and probably get in my way because there's a train coming as well. We're over on the left there, you've got the old Hartlepool Customs House, or West Hartlepool probably. And just coming up as well, we have the dock offices. Right, we're going to have a walk right round the marina and we see what we can see. And I'll tell you some of the history if I've got it right. You might see me referring to my notepad, which is an iPhone, because I can't remember it all. So the regenerated dock area, we have the bandstand. We'll go and see that first. So remember, you don't have to look at me. You don't want to be doing that, like I said. So I'll stand still when we get here and you can have a look around yourself. I'll put the camera inside. So you should be able to look all the way around. Right, let's bring you out. We'll go and have a look at the dock. Now this dock, what we're walking up to now, is the Jackson dock, I do believe, which used to bring in the coal, fleeces, wool, fresh fish, all kinds of different products. And on a nice sunny day, today we get the kids come down here and swim from here. I don't think it's particularly safe myself, but this is the area and they love it. And of course over on my left there, we've got the Trincomalee and the Wingfield Castle. And you'll see them a bit closer when I come round. So I'm going to have a walk round. We've got another cormorant there. There he is, just dive down in. Right, we'll walk round the end of this part here. So we've got the Old West Quay pub and the Premier Inn. I can only imagine how busy this used to be back in the day. Have a look over here, we've got some more steps coming down. If you flick the camera around, you should be able to see the steps going down into the dock. Now if you're wondering why I've got this white bit of tape on my zip, the last time I was out walking around the headland, so if you haven't seen that one, have a look at that. That's a good one. I could hear a clicking noise with every step. Now, I know it wasn't my shoes, I'm just thinking it was this zip banging on the microphone, which is just there. So I put a bit of tape on to try and stop that. So if you're looking round to the left there, we have the new Highlight Leisure Centre, which has been getting built for the last year or so. So the date today, I believe, is the 28th of October 2025. You've got some more steps going down here. You can see how the steps are worn. So it must have been a hive of activity. We've got the old highlight itself on the end of the pier just to the left there. So I do believe there's quite a few people actually live on the boats. Not sure how much it is to berth here. So this one was known as the coal dock. If I get any of these facts right, please feel free to correct me in the comments. Or if you've got any more amazing facts, please let me know also. I'm just wondering how long these videos will last, so if you're watching it, obviously you're on YouTube. How long do you think YouTube will be around? So if this is in the future, I don't know, 30 years or so maybe, that would be interesting, wouldn't it? I probably won't be still alive. I'd be 90 odd year old, or maybe, you never know, with a bit of luck. Come and find me and say hello. There's some more steps here. You sometimes get people fishing here. Put the camera out over the water, you can have a look. I think this building in front of me here was one of the original buildings on the marina, as far as I remember, and this bit's never been used that I remember anyway. It might have been. Would have made a great cafe. I know a couple of people who live in these flats or apartments along here, and they've got a fantastic view looking out over here. It does get a bit noisy when the wind's blowing with all the boats, all the bells and flags and sails flapping about. So over to the left, well, I'll turn the camera around a bit, is where the HMS Warrior was renovated and repaired. And I was lucky enough to get on there whilst they were in the middle of the repairs. I can't actually post any pictures on this video though, because it's recorded as live. And of course it was perfectly restored here and then sailed off down to Portsmouth to its permanent residency. Right, we'll have a quick look over to West Harbour. Hartlepool Yacht Club here. Teasing Hartlepool Yacht Club. Lift the camera up. So when I stand still, don't forget you can move it around. Right, we'll head over towards the lock gates. So if you are watching this in 30 years time, this will probably all be built on. I'm pretty sure there is some plans to build on here. Take a shortcut across the grass. Well, there was a little restaurant here called the Pier. You can just about make out the signs being turned round back to front. Neptune House, that says, and Portless Place. Formerly Cremo's restaurant. We've got a mini tour ship here, the Black Diamond. So we've got the lock gates here. You can see one side's open. It's not high tide yet. You can see the levels on the side of the gates, how high it will get or can get. Right, let's get over. Thank you. So this is the lock office here, so if you need any gas or the red diesel, you can get that from here. You do have to register though. So here we've got, does it say make a wish for the monkey You can get in nice and close. You can probably see how much money is there in there. Can you count it? I'm not sure who it says there, I can't read it. The hospice, I believe it says, gets the money. And there he is, a cheeky little monkey. And I believe this building here in front was also a customs house, but it has been used by the Sea Cadets and the diving club in the past. It's a bit of a repair yard as well round here, where people can get the boats up. Where's the crane? There's normally a crane here, but I can't see it, which lifts the boats out. If you look to the left over there, there's a little bit of a wreck. I took a picture with the sun shining through it. Oh, yeah, look. Should I go back to the lock gates and catch the boat coming in? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Here it comes. I'll stick the camera right out. Get a good view. HL291. Now the HL stands for Hartlepool, so you take the H from the beginning and the L from the end. What happens when it's Hull then? Because that starts with a H and ends with an L. That's just a H or a H. Some kind of little fishing boat. Right, we'll carry on round the marina. So where the monkey is, this is actually where... No, it's not, it's this part here. So the crane comes around here, straddles over the top, drops down into the water, well, the straps, drops the straps down into the water and lifts the boats out. We've got all the bars and restaurants and ice cream shops down here, and that one there is a new Greek restaurant. Haven't been in yet. I do like a restaurant with a bit of ambiance. Right, we'll go and have a look over here. So this area is called the Union Dock. Right, let's carry on. We'll go back over to the shops. There's a Happy Days ice cream parlour, Siam Thai restaurant, estate agents, Lockgates, White Rose Therapy and Beauty, Cafe Rapport. It just seems to be called Rapport Lounge, you know. The Yankos, to a good meatball sandwich. Rosie's, done quite a few photos in there with the football on. The Black Olive, Wallace and Co. We've got an Italian restaurant there. I wonder what it's like to live in these places up there. Be a nice view, I imagine. Right, let's come down here. We have this boat has been getting restored. It's called the Watchful, and there's a little placard with the history of it on, but it was at the not D-Day, at the Dunkirk evacuations. It's not open at the moment, so I can't get down onto it. I'll just put that there, and you can pause that and read that. It tells you all the history about it. I'll put the camera over. So we've got Vibes over there on the left, Casa del Mar. It's one of my favourites, don't go in as much as I'd like to. Indians, Sheesh Mahal, JP's Bar, Bar 31, Fuchsia Lounge. I'm not sure if all these are still open. And on the end there, or near the end, we've got Out, which I believe it says Funky House Bar. Hartlepool Divers Club. You can get yourself a cheap pint in there. Right, I'm going to walk all the way around. This bit might be a little bit boring. You can whiz this bit on, or I might even cut it out. We'll see if I can do that. Secrets to my right. Various different companies. We've got the Original Mortgage Company, Smith and Graham Solicitors, Orange Box Training Solutions. Other training solutions are available in the town. As far as I remember, there used to be a call centre here called Garland's. I think it was in this building. Shut down quite a few years ago, leaving a lot of people out of work. So Tranquility House. Over on the right we have a factory Not exactly sure what it's called, but I believe it's crushing rocks. If you listen, you might be able to hear it, and it does seem to go on quite a lot of time. I don't know if it stops on the night or not. So over on the left here we've got a couple of fishing boats. This one here, the Olivia Rose, which is registered as a WY. So can we work out where that one's from? I'm going to say Whitby. I can hear the noise from the factory. So these are businesses as well, by the looks of it. Walton's Business Advisors and Chartered Accountants. And this one's called a Maritime House. So coming up to Marina House now, which I think are private residencies. Oh, there you can see the name of the factory there. OMYA, Omya. I'll have to have a look up, see what they do. Now, there used to be, up until earlier this year or last year, pontoons going around this part here on the left, but they were getting a bit derelict. So they've taken them all up and tidied it up, but it is a shame that you don't have any boats coming around this area now. And we've got Seymour House on the right, which are all private flats, I believe. Now, somebody mentioned the quality of the video when I put these interactive videos up isn't as good as when I just point the camera myself. Well, that's could possibly be a few different reasons why. One is the thing you're watching it on might not have the processing power. I watched it on a big TV and it wasn't too bad, and it should be really good on your phone or tablet on a smaller screen. The other thing is YouTube itself might have compressed the images a bit, because it's a lot of information, it takes a lot of time to upload it. I think I have speeds of about 150 MIPS at home. Actually, for uploading it won't be anything like that, it'll only be about 30, and it takes 5 or 6 hours to upload a video of this size, and that's after I've edited in the first place, which also takes a while to render the video itself. So looking to your right here, we used to have B&M shops, we used to have Staples there, quite a few different places, but they all shut down and the buildings sort of like got done up years ago, but nothing's ever happened with them. I know a few years ago I photographed a lady from the marina, not the marina, from the historic quay over there, the museum, and now we're going to be moving into there, but that doesn't seem to have happened at the moment. So we're just going past the gym here on the left, and we've got a new gym over here on the right, which is the leisure centre itself, and as you can see, we're just in the middle of the building. Alright guys. So I'm going to try and get round here. Don't know what this is. And we can have a look at some of the building. Let's get up these steps and have a look. Get a bird's eye view of what's going on. So this is the new leisure centre. It's due to be opening in 2026. Well, it won't be this year, so it has to be next year. And as you can see, they're very busy getting on with it. Not all over spiral staircases. Do you think I should ask these guys when it's due to open? When are we due to open, guys? When are we due to open?
Oh, wow. Probably in the new year. I'd say the new year, like.
Oh yeah, it won't be this year.
Summers away and then he finished, like, so.
Yeah.
What you're waiting for is the ground workers, all the roads to be done. Won't be long.
Brilliant, thank you.
I'll give you an open invite.
Yeah, I need one. Few different businesses here at Ladies' Room Salon, Marina Pizza. I'm coming round to one of the other pubs on the marina, Jackson's Wharf. Pizza and a drink, 13 quid. Is that good value? Only on a Monday though. So we can get a decent view of the HMS Trincomalee from here. We are pointing into the sun a little bit though, so it'll be all silhouetted. Right, when we get round the other side, I'll tell you a little bit of information about it. Actually, let's move a little bit closer here. I'm sure they won't mind in the pub. So when we get there, what I'll do, I'll lift the camera up over the fence and I'll get my phone out and I'll tell you a little bit of information about it. It's an amazing ship. If you haven't been on it, you really need to. Right, see if I can lean this through the fence. No, no good there. We'll go through this fence here. Well, actually, there's kids on the video playing there, so I don't want to be videoing that. We'll go around the other side. So let me know if you like these videos or whether you just prefer that I walked around and pointed the camera at what I think you might want to see rather than you doing all the work. That would be easier for me actually, but I just thought it's a little bit more interesting that you can turn the camera around yourself. And if you don't like it, and if you fancy giving me a thumbs down, please don't. Just tell me why. Just tell me why you don't like it. Right, we've got another one of my favourite restaurants in the town, Portofino's. We often get in there as much as we can. Again, if you're watching this in the future, times were hard in 2025. A lot of people were struggling. So this is the National Museum of the Royal Navy, Hartlepool. Again, well worth a visit. You could spend the whole day in there. I'll move away from the wall so we can see some of the building. This isn't the best part though. On the other side of Marina Way there, we've got a load of the shops. Asda, Nando's next, Curry's, everything you would possibly need. TK Maxx, Boots, the Card Factory, McDonald's there in front here, so you're not going to starve around here. So the museum itself, which was, I believe it was known as the Historic Quay back in the day, was opened in around about 1994 as part of the regeneration of this area. It was taken over by the Royal Navy some time ago. Not exactly sure how long. Now you do have to pay to go into the Royal Navy part of it, but connected to it we also have the Museum of Hartlepool, which is completely free and also well worth a visit. Now in this building here, which there is a video somewhere on YouTube of them bringing it in, it's the RML 497, which was a Second World War rescue motor launch. And you can read the info there. Don't forget you can pause it. Now that's inside this building, and I was hoping that it would have been finished by now, but I'm not hearing much about it. Right, let's walk around the back, see if we can get a better shot of the ship. Right, we've got the Wingfield Castle here, which is a paddle steamer which worked from Hull. I think it used to cross the river there, and it's now in a sorry state, a very sorry state, as you can see. Let's lift the camera up so we can get a better view. Look at the state of it, but I believe Hartlepool Council have got some money together from somewhere, and it is going to be done up. It has been made safe, I think, recently, so it's not going to sink or anything. I'm not sure when work is starting on it. I mean, you can see the Trincomalee as well in the background there. So I'll just pause here a little bit for you so you can have a look around while I get my phone out. So yeah, it's a paddle steamer. It's a historic vessel built in I didn't know it was built in Hartlepool. There you go, I've just learned something. In 1934 by William Gray and Company. Originally a Humber estuary ferry. It carried passengers, cars and livestock before being replaced by the Humber Bridge in 1974. After falling into disrepair, the ship was rescued and brought back to Hartlepool in 1986 for restoration, and now serves as a museum ship at the Jackson Dock, though it has recently been undergoing significant restoration efforts. Now that must be old news, because obviously it's fallen to bits. But behind it you can see the Trincomalee, which was built in the 1800s in Bombay, India. I'm sure you can look up the rest of that. Right, we're almost back to where we started. So I'm going to finish that off there. If you've liked it, please give me a thumbs up on YouTube, and you could subscribe for free. People think you have to pay, but you don't. It's completely free, and there's a bell you can ring as well. They're all just buttons on the screen just underneath where you've been watching. You can also comment. You can't comment if you watch it on the TV, but if you press, when it's finished, if you press up, I believe you can still do a like, even on the TV. So yeah, that's just about it for now. Thanks for watching. If you've got this far around, you've done very well, and I will catch you next time, where I'm going to be walking around maybe the town centre, who knows. Let me know down in the comments where you'd like me to go. Right, catch you next time. Bye bye now.